Hello, thank you for tuning in today. My name is Cody, and today we'll be discussing the creation of a bill in Construction Online. Now, to generate a bill in Construction Online, we can do so from two different locations. We can either go from the company overview into the financials, the purchasing tab, and then head over to the bills section and generate it from the company level. Or we can do so from the project, which is what I'm going to do today. So what you want to do is find the project on the left-hand sidebar that you would like to generate a bill for. I'm going to choose this one. Same idea, we're going to go into the Financials tab, click on Purchasing, and then click on our Bills section. Now, in Construction Online, we can generate a bill for an approved change, or backtrack. Now, in Construction Online, we can generate a bill for a few different things, one of those being an approved purchase order, or we can generate a bill from a expense or receipt, or we can generate a bill from scratch. Now, to do that, all we have to do is create a new bill, and those options will be presented to us here. Now, I'm going to choose from a purchase order, and once that's selected, it'll have the project filled in here. Let's backtrack. I stuttered there a little bit. Now, once we have selected creating a purchase order, or backtrack again, backtrack. Now, once we have selected to create a bill from a purchase order, we'll notice that the project is already going to be filled in for us. That is because I am creating this within the project. If we would have done this from the company level, that would be blank, and we would choose from the drop down the appropriate project. And once that is selected, then our approved purchase orders will populate in the drop box below it. Now, to move forward, all I have to do is select the appropriate PO. So I'm going to choose this one here. Head over to my next step, and that's going to go ahead and fill in my bill details. Now, some of the information we'll fill in from our purchase order that we chose to generate this bill from. Some of this information will not, and some of it will need to adjust if we would like to. Now, one of those fields we might want to adjust is going to be the title of this bill. By default, it's going to be set to bill number, and then whatever the unique bill number that is associated with this, we'll fill in next to it. Now, the title we can customize, the bill number, however, we can't, as it is a unique reference point for our Construction Online bill. Next, we'll want to adjust the draft or active status of this bill. We can then go below that and include any internal notes that we would like to have here. The subcontractor and vendor will fill in for us unless we are generating this from scratch. And then we have the option to include our invoice date, the date we received the invoice, and the due date over this bill. We then have the option to set the bill type, the trade, or include any tags on this bill. These are all going to be customizable fields, and you can customize those by clicking on the gear icon and then adjusting the appropriate drop downs from there. Now, once we're happy with our bill details, we can go over to our included items, and what this will do is just pull over those items that were included in that bill, expense, or receipt, or we would have to fill in the additional items as we would if we were creating it from scratch. Now, I also have the ability to do that here when generating from a PO as well, or I can just stick to the information that was included in that purchase order. Now, that will fill in based off of our unit cost, our total, and our total build from that purchase order. I can also do a percentage of all these lines or a custom amount of these lines as well. Now, once I'm happy with the bill setup cost-wise, I can then move over to the link to estimate. This is going to be the same as it was for our purchase orders. Since we are generating this from a PO and those items in that purchase order were pulled from the estimate, it'll already link the bill items to the appropriate estimate item. And then once I'm happy here, we can go to our final step, which is going to be our attachments. We can include any additional attachments if need be. And once we're happy with this bill, we can hit create. It'll populate here, and then we can check it off if it's ready for payment once it's gone through the appropriate track within the company. Now that is going to conclude today's tutorial. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out using the live chat or by searching the knowledge base. And as always, have a fantastic day.